Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this afternoon, plotted to stage a murder as robbery backfired, prosecution argues. The prosecution on Tuesday argued that an attempt to give the impression that a robbery was the motive for the murders of Simone Campbell Collymore and the taxi operator Winston Walters backfired, as it led the police to the shooters and the four men, including Campbell Collymore's husband Omar, now on trial for the crime. They shape it like a robbery. It is a good thing, because we couldn't know where the perpetrators went. Thank God there is no such thing as a perfect crime. Simone's cell phone was traced back to the community of Brook Valley. At 4:02 p.m., her father was trying to call her. That Lockhart Avenue cell tower was the last place Simone's phone pinged. Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions, Andre Martin Swaby, told the seven-member jury as she wrapped up her closing arguments. Martin Swaby pointed to testimony given by Wade Blackwood, one of the shooters, that after the murders were committed, his accomplice, a man known only as Jim and who is now dead, had turned back and taken a bag from the taxi that was being driven by Walters. The bag contained Campbell Collymore's cell phone, and that helped the cops to track the accused. According to Blackwood, he was informed that the mission was to make the killings appear to be a robbery. Blackwood had earlier pleaded guilty to the crime and in 2021 was sentenced to life in prison with eligibility for parole after 35 years. He received an 8-year sentence for the firearm. However, he struck a plea deal with the Crown earlier this year, and his sentence was reduced to 20 years on each count in exchange for his testimony against Collymore, Michael Adams, Shaquilla Edwards, and Dwayne Pink. The four men are each charged with 2 counts of murder and 1 count of conspiracy to murder. Campbell, Collymore, and Walters were gunned down by 2 men on Stanley Terrace in Red Hills, St. Andrew on January 2, 2018. Blackwood told you what he saw and what he heard, the prosecutor said on Tuesday, adding that Campbell Collymore did not try to set up anything against her husband. It was all in the other direction, the prosecutor said, as she reminded the jury that Blackwood had told the trial that Collymore told him what to say when he decided to plead guilty. Collymore allegedly told Blackwood to explain that Campbell Collymore wanted to kill him, but it backfired. Blackwood claimed that Collymore promised him a truck to put into his father's business. However, when Collymore took the witness stand last week, he said that he never spoke to Blackwood about anything, despite sharing a cell with him for almost 6 months. Let us go back to the bullpen at the halfway tree court, Martin Swaby said on Tuesday. Wade Blackwood said that on the first appearance, all the accused were present. This was where he said he met Mr. Collymore. He said that Michael Adams showed him Collymore and said, "This is the man who gave me the contract to kill his wife." When Adams pointed on him, he remained silent and did not deny it. Mr. Blackwood asked Collymore why he wanted to kill his wife, and Collymore gave him a look. Blackwood was moved to Cell 1 at Horizon Remand Center and was in that cell for about 5 months. Do you believe that Mr. Collymore said not a word to a man he shared a cell with? Collymore even promised him a truck to put in his father's business. Was he in the business of handing out treats? Martin Swaby said, urging the jury to look deep into the evidence. After the prosecution closed, attorney at law Diane Jobson, who is representing Collymore, began her closing arguments. She will continue today when the trial resumes. 5 gas station workers and a cafe cashier charged by CTOC over debit credit card fraud scheme. 5 St. Catherine women who worked at a gas station and a female cashier at a cafe have been charged by counterterrorism and organized crime investigation branch for allegedly fraudulently using the card information of persons to steal over $1.1 million. Charged with simple larceny, conspiracy to defraud, and the possession of identity information are 19-year-old Teresa Douglas of New Nursery in Twickenham Park, 25-year-old Aisha Campbell, a customer service representative of High Mountain in Bog Walk, 27-year-old Oniqua Morrison of Princessfield District, Linstead, 37-year-old Latoya Walker, a customer service representative of Gordon Penn, and the 39-year-old Chevelle White, a pump attendant of Kingston Town. Also charged is a 39-year-old Shari Tullo, a cashier of Thunder Pathway Sea Gardens, St. Andrew. It is also been alleged that Tullo while being employed as a cashier at a cafe, took pictures of debit and credit cards of some customers, which she then allegedly sent them to her accomplices, who used the cards' information to transact unauthorized activities. Investigations led to her arrest. Tolo was subsequently charged following an interview session in the presence of her lawyer. The police report that the 5 women who worked at a gas station allegedly conducted several unauthorized transactions by entering card information without the presence of a physical debit or credit card. The fraud was detected by the banks of customers who reported that their cards were being compromised. The women were arrested, and after an interview session in the presence of their lawyer, they were charged. All 6 women are booked to appear before the St. Catherine Parish Court on Tuesday, June 11. Meanwhile, the police's fraud squad is advising cardholders to always keep sight of their cards when transacting business. By so doing, it limits the possibility of the card being compromised. Kingston Mayor concerned for vendors affected by Riri Market fire. Mayor of Kingston, Andrew Swaby, says more than 200 vendors were affected by Tuesday morning's massive fire, which destroyed the Oxford Mall arcade, popularly known as Riri Ground Market, in downtown Kingston. The fire is the 5th to have affected the market since 2022. Mayor Swaby visited the site of the fire on Tuesday and expressed his concern for the vendors who suffered millions of dollars in losses as a result of the blaze. He stated that technical officers from the municipal corporation will be working to have the area cleaned starting Wednesday.
My initial talk to them is that we will clear the place tomorrow morning by 6 o'clock. Trucks will be here and tractors to clear the place. The reason why we haven't started today is because we don't want to take up the garbage, the remnants of the fire, and send it to dump, and there's any sparks or so, and cause a different problem. So we have agreed that tomorrow morning we will start, and we have also encouraged them to put themselves into a little organization where we can have dialogue. I know persons are asking what way we can help, and initially I have to say that while the property, well, there's no building here, but is that the things are not insured, so I can't speak to that. I don't know if the minister or the government will be providing any little help, because I've seen that in Portland.
Bar operator charged with possession of illegal gun and ammo. A bar operator of Goshen District in St. Elizabeth has been charged with possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition following a targeted raid at his home on Saturday, May 4. He has been identified as a 38-year-old Dwayne Barrett. According to police reports, about 6:20 p.m., a police team carried out a targeted raid at Barrett's home and conducted a search of his premises. During the search, a Glock 40 pistol containing a magazine with 9 rounds of ammunition was found in a concrete block, the police said. Barrett was subsequently arrested and charged. His court date is being finalized.